Hi everyone, how are we? Welcome. I was just backstage checking that we're live on all the platforms. It looks to be, so hopefully you can all see and hear okay. I can see that you can see, but obviously please let me know if the sound's okay as well, because you've got a whole hour of this, so if it's not good I want to know about it. How's your week going, everybody? It's warm. It's extremely warm in here. So this room is a south-facing room with, on the outside I've got like anthracite grey cladding, so it soaks up the heat all day, so I am a little bit warm in here, so excuse me if I don't run over my hours today. Hi, so Sir Stamplot, fantastic. I'm so glad you can hear okay. Bonnie, hello. Nova, hi to you. Chrissy was first in. Hello, how are you? I hope everyone's well. Melissa, hi to you too, from Colorado. Angie, all good, amazing. Laurie, hello, good evening. Who have we got? Nola, yeah, thank you everybody. Matthew, sounds all good. Annette, can't see you on YouTube. I just checked and I was on the Arden and the Lou Collins. It did take a little while to kick in though. That's why I left it a few minutes before I switched to my screen, because I was looking and thinking it's not coming live, and then it kicked in. So if you would prefer to watch from YouTube, I can see there's people commenting now from YouTube. So yeah, hopefully you're good now. So how's your week been? So this is the launch of the second textures collection. It's actually about the 40th collection, but you know, from doing this with Arden Creative, it's the second collection. So we had back in February, we had the Beneath the Brambles collection, which was huge. This time we've got a kind of a mini collection. So there's 7 items, that's all. So the whole collection is 7 items. It will work beautifully with your Beneath the Brambles, of course. Chrissy's already ordered hers this morning. Fantastic. Maria switched to Facebook from YouTube. Lynn, hello, how are you? Laurie, good morning, or morning over there, I'd imagine, or earlier in the day. Ella from Vienna, good afternoon, evening. Trying to work out where everybody is and what time it is. Hi Judith, intrigued by the new collection. I'm so glad. Now this new collection, you will notice a few items that you may have seen before, so don't think that you're just getting a bit of deja vu. So what we've done with this collection is brought back some favorites, and these are real favorites. Hi Jan, hi Sandra. So these are items that have sold out in the past, but rather than giving them to you exactly as they were before, because of course you've probably already bought them, we've tweaked them a little bit. So not all of them. Hang on a minute. Yeah, we essentially I have done a tweak to everything. So there's a couple of new items, and then there's some kind of remakes. So version 2s. So Dragonfly Dreams is a little bit whimsical. It's a beautiful color palette. I'm very excited by the color palette. I mean, these, going by the papers, obviously the stamps and dies, they're the colors you're looking at. So really soft pastels, lilacs, peaches, teals. But of course, when you're stamping and using die cuts, you can absolutely use any colour you want to. Samantha, only just starting samples for me. Thank you. Sam's on the design team. Very exciting. Came back from Tunisia later than expected and bought a bug. Oh no, I hope you're better now. I hope you're feeling much better. That's not good. But yeah, no hurry. As and when. You don't want to rush these things. So you can't rush crafting and creativity. So yeah, so tonight I'm going to show you through the items. You can purchase these in lots of your local craft stores. If you bought Beneath the Brambles from somewhere, there's a good chance they've also stocked this. If you're not sure where to purchase it from because you're new to textures or new to Arden, you can go onto the Arden Creative Studio website, and there'll be a stockist list there. That's a mouthful. And you can pop in where you're from. Sir Stamplot, I assume since you're here tonight, you've got it in stock or coming, either way. I know over in the US, scrapbook.com should have it, but I know with Beneath the Brambles, it took a week or 2 from the kind of reveal date for them to get it in stock. So yeah, have a hunt around, have a look at the Arden Creative website for stockists. The great thing is with this, it's not the kind of sell it out, move on, you'll never get it again. So what I love about Arden is there's not that pressure. So first of all, it's not going to TV for a while. It's in June. It's going to TV, so you've got a little while now. With these, we're not saying right when they're gone necessarily. We can restock if there's enough demand for it. So don't panic if you can't find somewhere to purchase it today, because there's a chance, there's a fly in here, isn't that typical? There's a chance that stores will be getting it in. It's being shipped to them now. If you are a store or a stockist, a retailer, and you're watching, absolutely let people know whether you've got it or whether you're getting it in, because you might be where people want to. There you go. Sir Stamplot have, I think, I'm reading my mind, or vice versa. So Sir Stamplot have put the link to theirs. So if you're in the UK, absolutely, you can pop along there. Like I say, if you tend to shop on TV, because I know that's where my background, it's not going to be on there until middle of June. So you know, it's up to you. You can wait, or you can purchase it earlier. Hey Meredith, how are you? Hopefully relatively thoughtful stock. Oh, relatively thoughtful. There's another one. Gianna. No, I'm not. Hi Gianna, how are you? Sorry, I just read your name out and then moved on. Oh, thank you, Meredith. Thank you so much. You can see me on YouTube now, Annette. Fantastic. Yeah, I know it was just a little bit slow on the pickup YouTube, but I didn't go live until I could see it was there. So if you're going to watch back, or you are watching back, hopefully you've seen right from the beginning. Christine's first time here. You're in Bournemouth. Oh, how's the weather? So hot today. So hot today. I've got the county show tomorrow for 2 days. We have got like a canopy, what do you call it? A tent thing. But yeah, it's supposed to cool down a little bit tomorrow, but it's still supposed to be nice and dry. All and Create have it. There we go. Ali said All and Create have it too. So there's lots of places, and I'm never going to push you to one place to purchase. That's kind of not how we work. You might see me talk about scrapbook.com a lot. That's only because I can get affiliate links with them. But obviously that is in the US. If you're in the UK, gazebo, thank you. That's the word tent thing. Got a gazebo up. Stay in the shade a little bit. So yeah, I'm happy for anybody to promote their shop. If you've got a shop, retail, whatever, go for it. By all means, tell everybody where they can purchase. Been really hot in the Wirral. Absolutely, cats are not happy. Oh, see, we always think about dogs with the heat, don't we? We don't really think about the cats. Hey Sarah, how are you? Hope you're well. Christine, hot. Yeah, if you're in Suffolk, anyone in Suffolk, I know sometimes Joe joins from Suffolk. Yeah, it's boiling here, and there's no breeze either. Even though I'm only about 20 miles from the coast. If that, I'm probably not even that actually, as the crow flies, probably more like 10 miles. Dragon's Craft have it. Sticky Somerset. I assume you mean the heat. Hello from Colorado. You're on holiday. Oh, beautiful. I hope you're having a lovely time. But thank you for joining me while you're on holiday. And it's wet and cold in Sydney. Well, that's strange. So it's usually the other way around. Okay, so I'm holding up products. So let's come down to my desk and see. I can't see where I'm moving my mouse to because I've got a camera right in front of it. So let's come down. Okay. Hopefully you've still got sound here. Yeah, okay, should be okay. So this in the set is the whole collection. So if you want to buy everything, this is all you need. And like I say, if you follow me for a long time, you'll recognize these two. You'll probably also recognize these. Now, let's dive straight into the middle first of all, because this is the one. This is like, of the whole of textures ever, this has always been the best-selling product. So it was part of the Magnolia Drive collection years ago. And it flew, and we had to restock it after like 1 day. And it sold out again, and then we restocked it, but then we said no more. Like, it's been restocked 3 times, surely no one else is going to purchase it. And I was like, but people are still asking for it. If you've got it, great. If you haven't, we have tweaked it a little bit on the previous version as well. So a similar size. It's a stamp and a die set. Okay, so Arden don't do this often, have stamps and dies together. In fact, I think this is the first one they've done. I will show you the stamp, and it looks a little bit odd because you've got the shading in there, but it is Magnolia Florals split into 3 pieces. So in the past it was 1 large piece, so we've now got 3 separate pieces instead. You can put these together to make 1 big bloom. The stamp is very special. So the stamp is a half-tone stamp. And I love designing these, but I know they need some explaining because they don't work in this quite the same way as an ordinary stamp. Laurie, hello. How are you from Canada? Pippa, good evening. You aren't live there. So I saw it go live and there are people commenting on YouTube. But yeah, there were some issues in the beginning. So, but I'm glad you've joined me anyway. You found me and you can always go back and watch. So a halftone stamp is essentially made up of tiny little dots. So where you see the darker areas, the dots are really close together. Where you've got the lighter areas, they're much further apart to give us shading within one impression. Okay, I'm going to show you in the first demonstration an example of this stamped in a couple of different ways. So different ways you can use it. Does also look fabulous if you just use like gold embossing powder or any embossing powder as well. So it doesn't have to be ink. You don't need a specific type of ink to make it work. But of course, I love my distress inks. They do work beautifully with it. Then what we also have is the 3 dies that coordinate with the 3 stamps. Let's just move things aside a bit. So we've got outline dies, and they really are outline dies. So these are not just going to cut around your shape in the usual way. These are actually going to cut and outline for your shape. And this is the best example I can possibly show you. So these are the 3 put together. So I've stamped with that half-tone stamp and I've used some water. And again, I'll show you in demonstration how I get this look. So you've got that watercolor look, which is what I was going for with the stamp because it's beautiful. Hello, everybody who's just joining. Hi, Monica. Hi, Sandra. Oh, no, I hope he's okay, Sandra. By all means, catch up later. And that, yeah, good size. I do not do small stamps. You'll never see me do very small stamps. So I love large. I love focal images on my cards. But that gold is the outline die. Okay, so we're not cutting out a solid shape. We're cutting out the actual outlines of the image. So we've got them in gold here, as you can see. And then let me show you another one. In fact, this is probably a good one to show you. And this is from the original collection, but it's the same images split into 3. So the black is what you're cutting out. But if you then cut it a second time from another color, you can inlay what comes out of the die back into that outline. So you don't have to use the stamp at all necessarily. But you do also have the option of using the stamp on its own. Let me show you an example of that. Here you go. So I've used that stamp on its own and it is still a beautiful, it's underneath the dragonfly there, but it's still a beautiful floral stamp even without the outline. So you can use them together. You can use them completely separate as well. So there we go. That is what I'd call the hero image or product, the main piece. That's the one I will demonstrate first just to show everybody how it works. And obviously if you did buy it in the past of volume 1, then it might give you an idea of how to use it otherwise. So then let's move on to the paper pad because this is brand new. You won't have seen any of this before. Thank you. Gorgeous. So pretty. Oh, fantastic. Ali's very excited to see the half-tone magnolias back. Wasn't able to get the original version. I know, right? We thought everybody had it who was possibly going to buy it. And actually, there's so many people said, when's it coming back? Are we ever going to have it back? So yeah, I'm really pleased we've been able to do it. And I hope it's just as popular this time because people dip in and out of crafting all the time. So people who bought this, it was probably 3 years ago. I don't know, 3 years ago, maybe. Whoever bought it then may not even be crafting now, or they may have lost it. But yeah, and there's lots of new crafters as well who won't have seen it because, of course, with Arden, textures now actually has a bigger reach. We're reaching all across the world. So hopefully lots of you won't have seen textures before and will never have heard of this. And it's new to you. Okay, so then the paper pack. So we are going 6 by 8 inches for this one. Previously in the collection, we had 12-inch and 8-inch. So I thought, let's mix it up a little bit. I'm going more card making, I think, with this collection. But absolutely, as I'll show you an art journal page a little bit later, you can do art journaling with it. Of course, you can do scrapbooking with it. It's just up to you how you work the products. So the first page is, I think, my favorite. Look at that. Look at the colors on there. Oh, I just will pop back. So 200 GSM, so really good quality cardstock. And there's 6 double-sided designs. So there's 12 different designs. You've got 4 of each. Okay. So literally all 4 of those. So this is one page. I just can't, the fussy cutting in there and the texture and everything. Here is the back of that one. So a beautiful watercolor background with script in there as well. As always, the script is not readable, which is purposely done so you don't have to worry about what the text says, whether it matches your theme. So as I say, 4 of those. Then this background as well, and you can, in fact I'm going to do it a little bit later, you can fussy cut this detail as well, so you've got lots to get to grips with there. On the reverse of that we have this very muted, very pastely, again watercolor background. We've got these symbols in there. There's the dragonfly. Now it's called Dragonfly Dreams because we do have dragonflies scattered throughout, but that's not the whole theme. Like everything's not 100% focused around dragonflies. Obviously magnolia is in there as well, but we've already had a magnolia collection. So yeah, it's just a hint towards dragonflies, and I do love them. I think they are absolutely beautiful creatures. I am not keen on I like butterflies to look at, but I don't like them near me, whereas dragonflies I just think are so elegant and just so pretty, and yeah, they're just gorgeous, aren't they? And they seem to float. Hi Laurie, happy shopping and creating. Fantastic. Gorgeous, would love to work with these. Recently got to know about textures. Oh, I'm so glad you can join us. Thank you so much. Melissa said stunning, beautiful cards with the gorgeous stamp and dies. Yeah, I can't wait to see what everybody creates. So if you are on Facebook, please do join with the Crafting with Textures Facebook page or group, and we can share, make some things in there. So this page was purposely for you to fussy cut. You can, of course, cut it out a little bit rougher if you don't want to do specific fussy cutting, but it's there for the dragonflies as a whole sheet if you prefer. Entirely up to you. And then on the background, we've got these watercolor backgrounds with all those colors, so you can see the colors pulled from here and into the background, so you can fussy cut one of these, layer it over. Absolutely perfect. So let's skip through 4 pages of those. And then we've got the Kiss Cut sentiments. Now, if you're looking at the strips and thinking, well, that's a little bit weird, it doesn't make sense. It does make sense, but there are more than one sentence in most of the strips. Okay, so we've got like notes from today and choose joy. That's all on one strip, but you just cut between them. Okay, and they're all kiss cut for you, so the strips will come away and you just need to cut through your words you want. So pure happiness, simple pleasures, today was a good day, enjoying the little things, different size fonts as well to suit your project. The background isn't bright white, it's kind of this like muted music paper background, so it's not going to be too bright, too much of a contrast on your project. You can of course ink it because it's a matte smooth cardstock, so you can do all the usual, your inking, your embossing, whatever you want to do with it. Who have got Nova? Love the colour palette. Thank you. Hope Constellations makes a comeback. Oh, that was it wasn't called Constellations, was it? An old textures collection. It was, oh my goodness me, I've forgotten what it was called. It wasn't called Constellations. It was another. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to go and have a look in a minute. I know what you mean, the one with the constellations. Oh no, that's it. I'm gonna have to come back and have a look. In the Stars, that's what it was called. In the Stars. I've just seen the label for it. I had to look, I forgot. It's been so long. That was a beautiful collection. So yeah, maybe. Who knows? We've got a lot of work, a lot of textures designs to do, so you never know. Yeah, I really love your design. Speaks to my soul. Love dragonflies. Oh, fantastic. Gorgeous papers, lovely weight. Yeah, really good weight. So if you do like your mixed media, this is going to be perfect. It's going to hold the weight of it, but still be pliable. Then we've got some more kiss cut detail. In fact, Arden really spoiled me here because I didn't intend on this actually being kiss cut. I thought it would just be a sheet of designs and you'd need to cut your own out under the stars. It was in the stars, Maria, but very close. In the stars. All of these pieces will pop out. So the florals, look, kiss cut. The jar of flowers, all of these beautiful typewriter letters, the card, it's like a tarot card, playing card there, the book, the envelope, the postcard, they're all cut out, and on the back we've got a beautiful design, but that's just so that you don't have a plain back. Okay, but I really love this, and I kind of wish I'd done it as a whole design. So, you know, watch this space, maybe another day. Again, 4 sheets of those, so lots and lots to use. Then we have these ones that are actually split. So these are essentially 6 by 4 instead of 6 by 8. So 2 ones. So you've got a vertical one there that you could use as a card background, and then you've got a horizontal one as well. It's up to you if you want to actually cut the jars out or just use them as a full background. And on the reverse of those, we have these, again, beautiful soft. So this is different to other designs, but it works really well with some of the other backgrounds in there. So dragonflies in there, and that watercolor. I think that's all of them. Yeah, that's all the papers. There we go. And I was going as if there was going to be another one. So that is the paper pad. So you get lots and lots in there. Then we have got 2 stamps. Now, originally, again, these are kind of from the Geometrics collection originally. These are like a volume 2 because these were together in one stamp set. So it was a much larger and, to be honest, a much pricier stamp because it was so much larger. These are not. So photopolymer stamps, absolutely amazing quality. If you've ever had anything from Arden, whether it's Katie Petite's stuff, my own, any of the other designers through Arden, you'll know the quality is exceptional. And I talk about it a lot, but it really is amazing quality. The stamps are perfect. The dies are perfect. I know I've had issues in the past where they haven't been as high a quality as I wanted, and I've had to do workarounds to use them. I do not get that with Arden. I do not get that at all. Honestly, I'm not just saying that because I'm showing you my product. It's amazing quality. So the 2 clear stamps, we have the main image for each. And if we look on the back, they are actually, oh, that one's upside down, but they are actually larger than they show. Excuse the fly that's buzzing around in here. As I say, it's been hot here. They're coming in the cool, but it is around, like, there it is. And I do not kill animals, so I'm not going to be swatting it. He might join me for the live, that's fine. So as you can see, really large designs. Now you've also got in each of these, you have got sentiments that you can stamp too. So beautiful just the way you are. Beauty is everywhere. You also have the additional honeycomb little background bit there. So these bits, this is all one stamp, and I will probably use this one a little bit later. And then this one has chase your dreams, let your spirit soar. And then this and the triangles are separate to the main image. So lots of stamping there. And you can pick and choose your design. If you love them both, great. But if you prefer florals or dragonflies, this is very much geometric. This one's a little bit less so. And with both, you have the option to kind of fussy cut out. I will show you actually more examples in a moment, but you have the option to fussy cut out what's in the center. So whether it be the dragonfly or the florals, and use that. Is the Magnolia stamp also by Arden, as I struggled to stamp the original? The original wasn't created with Arden. This one is. I know what you mean. So basically what happened, and absolute transparency here. I'm going to come back to my face. I feel like this is a face camera thing because it needs to be said. So the original Magnolia stamp, although the design was beautiful, when it was manufactured, the factory did struggle a little bit with the size of the stamp, and they struggled with getting the surface of the stamp perfectly level. That caused some people's, not all of them, but some people's stamps, when they stamped them, to leave an area unstamped. It was because the stamp wasn't quite as thick in that area. Hazel, don't worry. So thank you, Angie. So what I spoke to Arden, I said this was the issue before. I don't want that to repeat itself. Like, it's not going to happen. If the stamp isn't of the best quality, I don't want it, essentially. So Arden spoke to their factory, which is a different factory. We got samples to test, which we tested to within an inch of their lives. And we have done 2 things. So first of all, yes, we chose the best quality stamp material we could, which we always do, and Arden always do. So Arden always have photopolymer stamps. These halftone ones have had to be created because they're halftone in a different factory, but we have still made sure they're the best quality. We've made sure they stamp absolutely perfectly every single time. But also the stamps are now smaller because they're in 3 parts, not one large one. So that does also limit those issues where you can have a little bit missing from a stamp. So there we go. So yeah, please don't think that the Magnolia stamp is going to have the same issues as it had in the past, because absolutely not. So yeah, I made sure of that. That was like my biggest thing. They go Arden. So Sir Stamplot says Arden products are fab quality and no issues so far. Touch wood, no, because majority of them are made in the UK, and that's purely because of the quality. So the halftone stamp isn't only because it's a halftone; it has to be made elsewhere. But yeah, the quality is fine. I've been you'll see me in demonstrations, and I've been stamping it, and I had absolutely no. Honestly, the amount I tested it was ridiculous because I didn't want history to repeat itself, of course. Let's switch back. I have to do that. I can't see. So yeah, perfect stamps. Then we have this one you may recognise. So this is the watercolour splash. Again, it's a halftone stamp, which is really clever. I'm going to show you this. I'm just wondering if I can show you. Here we go in the background here. So if you love mixed media and you love the look of like a watercolor splash or splat, but you're scared to actually get your watercolor on there, get your paints, get your inks, get your water on there, you're worried you're going to make a mess and it's putting you off doing it, this is perfect because there's 2 splats in there, as you can see. Now mine are very much used. I wonder, I don't actually have a clean one I can show you. I apologize. I thought I did. So you're looking at my dirty one instead. So there are 2 large splats and you can use them with or without water. And just like the magnolia, as you can see, there's shading on them. So when you stamp them, in fact, let me show you this. This is that stamped. It's this one stamped with just ink. Okay, just putting ink on the stamp and stamping it so you can see there's still shading in there. You've still got light and dark areas and it looks like a watercolor splash. I don't know why that's there. It's just a little bit of scrap that I was playing with. And you can see the same here. So it looks like a watercolor splash, but you've got the control. It's not going to go anywhere you don't want it to go, which is great fun. So there's 2 in there, like I say. You've also got sentiments that on your special day, thinking of you, really generic sentiments you're going to use all the time. So they are in there too. Can't wait to get demonstrating, so I need to stop talking quite so much. Sarah, yes, my daughter had a fantastic birthday. We did a surprise party for her as well. That all went very, very well. And it's my son's 18th birthday in 2 days too. So a little bit busy. You're welcome, Angie. Thank you for addressing that. I love the idea that 3 different pieces will. Yeah, so 3 different pieces and they will join together to make one large piece, which you'll see in a lot of my examples, but you can also use them separately. The rub-ons. So we did have, I mean, I'm really going back to quality. Did have some similar stitched rub-ons in the past for textures, but they were more like a peel-off. They weren't a true rub-on. And when I saw the rub-ons that we had, well, we had them with Beneath the Brambles, but also Katie Petite's collections. I said, oh my God, the quality is amazing. Absolutely. Hey, Joe. I was going to say you were in Suffolk as well. It's hot. So the quality was amazing of these rub-ons. I was like, I need to redo these stitching sheets rub-ons in this quality because this is absolutely phenomenal. So we have 4 sheets of black stitching rub-on. So if you don't have a sewing machine, if you don't like the look of faux stitching, or rather don't like doing faux stitching on your projects, but you love the look of it, you've got all of these in black, and you've also got them in what, now I know it's on a craft, you wouldn't see it if it was on a white background, but we've also got them in the craft as well. So 8 sheets in total, absolutely loads there. So yeah, really good fun. So 2 designs, 2 designs. Is that 2 designs? Oh, there is 2 designs. I was thinking there's 4 designs. No, there's 2 designs, and you'll see all it is they have been reflected. So some of them, so for example, the loop is reflected backwards. So if you love one but you think actually I wish it was the other way around, you've got that. But they're really generic shapes, so you're going to use them all the time. Hello, Alison. How are you from Australia? Or good evening. What time is it there? Is there any chance the rub-on's being done as stamps? Maybe one day, possibly. I like ideas like that, so definitely throw ideas at me while we're live. Either now or every other Wednesday I do a live. So next Wednesday I'll be doing a live. Come and join me. Give me some ideas if you want. You know, if there's products you want, tell me about them. I'd love to hear them. The last product to show you this evening, before I jump into demonstrating, is the PET tape. So PET tape, if you've not seen it before, is a clear this one is an adhesive tape, and it goes so every 30 centimeters the image repeats itself. So as you can see here, we've got script, numbers, text. So again, this isn't necessarily linked to dragonflies or florals. 4:30 a.m. Wow, what are you doing up? I say that I wake up early as well, but I'm not usually doing anything besides having a cup of tea and contemplating my day. So this is, if I just lift the edge for you, as you can see, it peels away off the backing and it's sticky. And when you place it down onto a project, you cannot see it. Like, it's almost invisible. It's brilliant. So this whole strip is one big piece that I tend to cut into, unless of course you want to fill a background. Then each of these designs are kiss cut around them. I don't know how well you can see that. Yeah, so kiss cut around them, so you're not having lots of blank space. The same with these, and you notice some of these designs repeated a lot through textures. So although this is part of this collection, it's absolutely going to work with all of your other collections as well. And it's huge. It's absolutely huge. So we have got 5 meters on there in total. Fab script, very versatile. PET tape, love it. Can be used for every project, absolutely. So you can put this onto glass, plastic, fabric, paper, obviously card, acetate, vellum, you name it, you can put PET tape on it. So yeah, so there we go. Okay, demonstrations. So let's take my stamps. I'm going to start with the floral stamps because I want to show you how the half tone effect works. So has anybody got any questions about the designs? Do you know what? I'm looking at the time because it's so hot in here as well. It might only be one quick demonstration this evening, and then next Wednesday I'll try and squeeze 2 or 3 in instead. But you'll see lots of videos as well. Okay, so I am going to show you how to use the halftone stamp, but I have got the 2 examples to show you different ways of using them. I had everything prepared. Let's pop it on here. So halftone stamp, first of all. Now you can use, of course, you can use a stamping block, absolutely. I just really like using my hands and using just an acrylic block. Entirely up to you. So stamping blocks, absolutely fine. Now, because these are really good quality stamps, they are going to stick to your block perfectly. I'm going to have that across the top there like so. So hang on, I have to put that one around that right there. Okay, it's a big stamp. Right, now I'm going to show you how I like to do this to get different colours in there, but you can absolutely do this in all one colour if you prefer. And I'm going to be using water. I'm going to show you my absolute favourite way of using the stamp, and then I will also show you an alternative. Okay, so distress oxides, distress inks, distress oxides. We know they react with water. If you really want that true watercolour look, I think these are absolutely perfect with a spritz of water on them as well. So I'm just going to, oh, there's a bit of fluff on my stamp. That's me cleaning it there. So I'm just going to stamp over the entire stamp with my base colour. Now, this is usually the palest colour in the flower that I go over this with. Then I take a little brush and I take a darker colour. This is not essential. Like I say, you'll still get a really lovely look, but I like to do it this way. And then I'm going to go over the tips of my petals with the darker colour as well. And I'm just dabbing. I'm not swiping. I'm just doing a little bit of dabbing just on the tips of the petals there. And this can be a totally different colour. So I'm using here Wilted Violet and, oh, what was it? Villainous Potion. But you could use a totally different colour. So if you wanted to go down that peach and teal route, like the papers, you can do that. And then again, I'm going to do a little bit on the ends of these petals too. Oops, not that one. There we go. Okay. So just a little bit on the ends. You don't need to be an artist to do this. Then lastly, I'm going to take a green. Now I tend to go a darker green. You can, if you want to, take a wet wipe and just wipe the ink off of the petals, but I really like to have a hint of the flower colour in the leaves. I meant leaves. Okay, so I'm going in with green, and I'm going in with Forest Moss. I think it's a really nice green, but it's also dark enough to overpower the purple. But as I said, I quite like that there's hints of purple still in there because you're not wiping the purple off, and I just think it works nicely. So the 2 leaves on this particular stamp I'm going to go with, and then also the stem. So there's a stem there, and I'm not staying perfect. I'm not like, oh, I've got to be really precise. I'm just dabbing around that area to give it the look. And if you need to, take a look at the image so you can see you've got 2 stems and you've got leaves. So there. Then what I'm going to do is give this a light spritz. This is optional, and I'll show you the 2 difference between spritzing and not spritzing. So you can absolutely just stamp that down right now. Okay, but my preferred method is to use a little bit of water and a light mist over. Okay, just maybe a little bit more there, until you can start to see it pooling on the surface of the stamp. I will with this one, and I tend to actually with all of them, just take a little bit of kitchen towel. There we go, and just dab away any excess, only because I don't want this excess to go onto my project. If you're really going mixed media and loose and artsy, you haven't got to worry about this. But I like to do this because I've spritzed the water. So all the water's now on my stamp. Let's stamp this and show you the watercolor look. So I'm going off the card a little bit there. So as you press it down, you'll see it's pooling, but the color's going to be, there's going to be more ink, more saturation where the half-tone stamp is closer together, and less where it's lighter. However, because we're spritzed with water, we still also get that watercolor look. So you're kind of 2 for 1 here. So you're absolutely going to have the most beautiful watercolor image. Now you can see that is squidging underneath because I've used quite a bit of water. But I'll show you in a moment another way to do this. So I tend to just hold it on for a minute. I'm actually stamping onto a smooth watercolor cardstock. I don't know if I can show you. I haven't got the front cover on it. That's damn. So on my Facebook, I have got a link to an Amazon shop. And on the Amazon shop, I have got the watercolor cardstock pad linked that I use. Okay, just in case you want to know, because I know watercolor comes in so many different qualities. Okay, so I'm going to lift that up, and then we have got a beautiful watercolor effect. I'm just going to clean this up. And in fact, let's take this pad, because I'm going to leave that to dry a second. And it's the outline that really makes that, but you can absolutely leave it like that. You can do this again too. A bit more water. Let's go again. And this will obviously be lighter, but you've still got it. And then if you put that outline over the top, which I've actually got one die cut out already. Okay, let's just lift this up just so I can put the outline on and show you. There we go. Look how beautiful that is with the outline. Oh, sorry, the shine, the glare. There we go. So you've got, it's much softer, but it's still equally beautiful, and it's only coloured in the outline. You don't have to worry about it going over. And then let's see this way. This is still a bit damp. I will dry it off before I stick this down, but look how perfectly that lays over the top. And you've got the watercolor effect underneath and the outlines, and it's just like there's absolutely no color outside of those outlines. So I will do a post, Hazel. I'll do a post over to YouTube when I think of it with the Amazon shop. So it'll be sometime this week. Can't promise when. Okay, so in addition, let's just dry the stamp off. And this is the same technique for any of the 3 magnolia stamps, and also the 2 watercolor half-tone stamps too. Hello, don't worry about being late at all. You can always catch up as well. So what I'll also do on this, the bottom of this pad, so you can see we've got the initial one with water, we've got one with even more water, so more ink there. Let's just do this once more with just ink. I have done it here, but I think so I've got one with water, one without. So you can really see without, you can really see the shading. There's no water on there. So I'm going to do this again, the same as I just did. So pop down base colour. I do, if I'm not spritzing water, I do tend to try to blend the 2 colours a little bit more, just by tapping a bit lighter into the flower, but I'm not too precious over it. I like the variation. Flowers, of course, are not uniform at all. You're never going to get perfect flower or leaf or anything like that really. So just going over the ends of the petals. That one's green, and then in with the green as well. So start with a light colour and then have your darker colours over the top. Okay, so I've covered all of that with some ink, and it can be, again, it can be just one colour if you want. I'll just show you what this now looks like. Oh, should we do it the same way? Because with flowers, there's also no right or wrong way. God, it's getting hot in here. I think the lights aren't helping. I also use the outline of the magnolia in gold, added black card, and then use cut. Yes, I've done that while I'm just holding it. I don't need to hold this down really. There we go. So then that, can you see that shading? So I think that's equally as beautiful. It depends what look you're going for. So with water, without water, that's a second impression. So with water, I've got 3 here somehow. With water, a lot of ink, a little bit of water, more water, less ink, no water at all. Okay, glad to see this demo as well since first one. I've forgotten how it works. Yeah, so simply have a play with your inks. You can see the different colors in there, so you can see the light and dark. It's still really beautiful. It's still really deep, like you get the depth and the texture in there. Look, and then if you want to, it doesn't have to be a gold outline, of course, but the outline will fit perfectly over the top. You'll notice that there's not much ink at the top of these petals here once you lay the outline. That's because it's supposed to be a highlight, because the petals are curling towards you. But yeah, so oh, there we go. Put that perfectly on there. It fits beautifully. And the same, like I say, with all 3. Now, shall I show you some examples? I am going to make a card. What one shall I do? And I think I've already cut this one to size. So essentially, maybe I won't finish the card because I want to show you something else as well. So let's show you what I was going to do was onto a purple base. So I've used a purple base. I would cut this down along the white line and then a simple sentiment here, stamped here. I've got lots of sentiment stamps in the collection, and that would create that card. I didn't go through, before I got started with that, I didn't actually go through all of the samples. So let's have a look. And by the way, if you've used water-based inks, it's fine. You can just, or water reactive inks, you can clean that up. You can wash it in warm soapy water if you really need to, and then just let it air dry, and then it'll get its cling straight back. Where's the dragonflies? I'm going to show you. There are dragonflies in here. Sally, were you here at the beginning when I went through everything? So it's dragonflies and magnolias. Looks more manageable with separate stamps. Yeah, absolutely. It's not quite as large. So we just showed you this card earlier, looking at the half-tone splat in the background, and then the magnolia, the geometric stamp. So that is embossed. There's actually a reel on Instagram and Facebook showing how I made this using some watercolor pens. So this one, I've used the magnolia stamp, the 3 just separate parts put together, but I've used it with ink without water, so you can really see that depth and that texture. And hello, Mr. Fly, he's just joined me again. You can see one of those dragonflies that I've die cut from the papers. It just, the colours work perfectly with the inks that I chose, so you can absolutely mix and match. And then you've got the Hello Happy from the Kiss Cut sentiments in the papers too. I did show you this one at the beginning. So this is the same die as we were just talking about, dies, but this is from the original launch of the Magnolia Drive collection when I first released this stamp and die in the original version. But I wanted to show you this one because I've used a black outline and then I've die cut it again from gold, the same way as I would like this. But all the bits that fall out, I've kept and I've inlaid back in. The difference with this die and stamp set is we don't have that outline die that we had last time either, because I found I didn't use it very often. So that's not there. Here is purely using the papers and some rub-ons as well. I just love the rub-ons. I just think they look so realistic. And then I've just layered up the papers. So That's that first page in the paper pad that I said I really, really love. The colours are just beautiful. So I've just layered up. So but essentially this strip has come from here. When I trimmed it down, I thought, oh, I can't waste that. So I laid it back over the top because the colours work and the texture and everything works together. It just stands out as another strip. A little bit of the kiss cut detail at the bottom, and that's it. It looks like a really layered card, and it's actually really easy to do. This was the first reel that I shared when I was talking about the new launch. We'll give the Fallout a go with the old set too. Absolutely, have a go. So I used ripe persimmon of this one with some green because I thought that actually works really nicely with the background, but I wanted the floral to stand out. I've got some of the PET tape in the background there, so you can see how you can overlay that over something textured and you can't see it, like you can't see the outlines of it, so it's almost like a stamp, and the same in the background there. And then oh, happy day. Oh, and the white stitching around the edge again, using that stitching, bringing that in, and I chose white because we've got white script in there. Then I've got this art. I was going to recreate this art journal page actually because we've got the halftone stamp in the background. Hello, Mr. Fly. We need to name him actually. He's becoming a little bit of a star of the show today. We've got a little bit of everything. So we've got kiss cut detail in here. We've got papers. We've got PET tape, and we've got the stamp. But like I say, I am going to recreate that in a moment for you. This is one of the ones where I used the gold. Who was saying they used the gold? There we go. Angie used the outline of the magnolia in gold, added a black card, and used colouring pencils. So that's basically what I did here. So I had a stencil in the background and the sentiment there. But yeah, that is exactly what I did here. So yeah, if you like that look, if you're happy to do a little bit of colouring, I would suggest as well, if you're colouring onto black cardstock, you can colour in white first, and it will come up really bold and show up more. And then with this one, I have used the dies to emboss onto some water. This is like a cotton card, so cotton paper. So I embossed, and then I've turned the image over and I used watercolor where it kind of, where the water sat in the embossed areas there. It's just created a really nice effect, and it's really easy to do as well. And then lastly, this is an old one, but I want to show you because I've got the magnolia in there. So really split that up into the separate pieces. Hello, Mr. Fly. It's really having fun today. You're going to have to, I'm going to have to open a window to let you out. So yeah, you can see the magnolias all in this. You can really build them up and create a huge card or something if you want. So let's go on to that art journal page. I've got to remember, where did I put the art? There we go. There's an art journal. I'm going to take the clip of this one. So let's start with the watercolor splash. Has anyone got any questions? We'll have to go. We'll have to watch the rest later. I love the release. The fly's called Bert. We'll call him Bert. That's fine. Absolutely. Let's say Bert. I'll put this one to the side there. Let's move on to the half-tone stamps. I did really want to do some crafting with these ones as well, but I think I'm going to save that for next Wednesday because it's already 10 to 8 now and it's so hot in here. If it wasn't so hot, I could stretch the live out longer, but it's baking like it. It's too hot, and now I've got the lights on as well. It's just warming up even more. So let's show you again with the half-tone how this works. Now this is a little bit harder. The stamp's nice and big, and I've got a really small art journal here. You can obviously do it bigger on a bigger one. Now, super sticky. This is photopolymer from the UK, so the quality is absolutely unbelievable. I wanted to do, that's right, I'm just trying to remember how I'm going to do this. So let's do it like that. That fits onto, just fits onto there. Now, hear that stick? That's what happens when you get a good quality stamp. So I'm going to turn this over. Or actually, let's, first of all, just to protect a bit of old washi tape here, just to protect that edge. Because I don't ever work on two sides of an art journal. I usually, well, unless I'm doing a double page, I usually just work on one. Leave this one plain. I might make some notes on this later on what I did. But I really don't like when ink or paint or something comes over onto this side. It does bug me a little bit. So I try to protect that as best I can. Let's use, I've used pink and haven't cleaned it because that's me. So let's go again with the pink. We'll do, should we do two colours. Let's do 2 colours. So I'm going to tap this one with pink here. And let's go for a teal. Probably about Evergreen Bough is a really nice colour that actually works beautifully with the I don't know if that's bright enough actually. Yeah, let's try it. Let's see. It goes really well with the papers, but I think the pink might overpower it a little bit. We shall see. Because I've just gone in with the 2 colours and I've got this solid line through the middle, I'm going to do what I did on the flower and just do a bit of dabbing just over that line, just to break that up a little bit and blend it a little. That's all you need. So I'm using my water-based inks, and I can stamp that and I will get a similar effect to this, so you can kind of see the dots a little bit, but it's a really nice effect. But as I said to you, my favourite way to use this is with a spritz of water, and you don't need a lot. So a few spritz. Let's turn this over, because of course also stamping onto a flat surface is ideal, which this is not a flat surface. And I'm going to press that on there, and you can sort of see the water underneath. Squish this down. Amazed you've lasted this long in the heat. We appreciate it. You're very welcome. Absolutely. I'd love to do hours and hours of crafting, but yeah, it's just, there's no air in here. It's getting a bit warm, and I haven't had my dinner either. My husband's cooking it as we speak. I just had my daughter come in. She's on her last hospital placement for her degree. So she's just come back. There we go. So there. So if you are concerned about creating a watercolour splat, that's the sort of look that you're going to get with just a stamp, just impressing a stamp. And I say you don't have to do 2 colours. You don't have to add water, but you can do. If you stamp it without water and afterwards you think, I wish I'd put water on, because you've used water reactive inks, you can go in and you can spritz afterwards, and you'll still get a little bit of a blur of those lines. Won't happen so much now because I did use water, but you get the idea. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a whiz dry because I want to glue some elements back over the top. And I'm going to come into the papers and really delve into like the kiss cup detail of the papers and such. So give that a good dry off. I'm going to use a paper pack that I have already started. See, now I'm making lots of mess. There's just stuff everywhere. But yeah, so this is one I showed you earlier. That's one where I just stamped it without any water, and you get lots of lights and darks. Okay, what are we going to do here? So first of all, the kiss cut detail, as you can see. Jar of flowers, that was my focal point, and that's going to go around here, but I'm going to cut off this edge. In fact, I can take this off now because I've done the watery inky bit. I'm going to snip this edge off the flowers, and I can use these later on just up here, I think. But look how well those colours actually work with the collection. It's quite nice, actually. I didn't think about this before. Oh, I'm not suffering. It's fine. It would be nice to go and get cold drink, that's all. Hi, Helen. How are you? I hope you're well as well. It's really nice, actually. The bluey green colour from the jar is at the bottom, and then the pink from the florals is at the top. Kind of just worked out that way. So I've got those. Now there's a paper in here. I think it's the second one in. Yep, this one. And that is beautiful as a background. Absolutely stunning. But I also like to cut into it. Now, there's a lot you can cut into here. So you've also got a moon here. You've got a cloud. You've got other clouds. You've got mountains. I'm going to come in and I'm going to snip away just along those 2 squares. And I'm going to take this circle. Okay, not being too picky with it, too specific with it at all. Now you can, if you want to, go around this leaf. If you want to, I might do that actually, because I can preserve it then for another project, because I can hide this part of the circle behind the vase of flowers. So I'll just roughly go around that, just so that I can use this as a full flower another time. and then round here. So has anyone got any tips for keeping cool? If you're in the UK, or if you're not in the UK, we've had a bit of a heat wave. We just had a bank holiday weekend and it was a scorcher. Everyone's walking around with red shoulders, sunburn, because we're just not used to it. So I can hide that bit behind there. So how is everybody keeping cool? Has anyone got any tips and tricks? Because I'm seeing them coming up all over social media. Things like putting a fan against an open window, but having the fan actually directing the heat, pulling the heat from your room outside. So pulling the hot air out, and presumably that's then replaced with cooler air from outside, I guess. Hanging like ice cubes in a bag in front of your fan so it blows the cold, almost like your own aircon. So these bits I'm just cutting into. When you look at papers, often there's so much that you can cut into. Because I've got a little corner missing there, that one's going to tuck under there, and then this one's going to come up the top. So I'm really spreading those three colours, those yellowy creamy colours, lots of ice drinks and fan directly on my face. Yeah, I'm spreading those around. I've got these florals as well, which I can cut out, so I will quickly do that while I'm chatting to you. But yeah, so just fans. I think fans. I had to go out in the car, the work car today, and it had been sat all weekend in the sun, direct sun. Oh, it's like an oven. It was so hot in there. It was absolutely crazy. But thankfully it's a new car, so it has got really good aircon. But the first couple of minutes, it's like, I can't do this. I need to have all the windows open. Thank you, Helen. Helen, I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning, but you can go back and see the full launch. So just going around these flowers. I don't know if I'll use all three. I don't think I'll use all three, actually. Let's just come back round. Just use the purple and pink for today. I think I'm going to go roughly around here because I'll tuck this away underneath the jar. So have a think about what part of your fussy cutting you'll actually see, because sometimes you can save yourself a lot of time if you're not going to be seeing some of it, and you can just very roughly cut around that. So, which is what I've just done there on one edge, and I'll show you in a moment why. I can tuck that away. Oh, my eyes. I think the hardest thing for me in the summer, I love the heat, but it's the dry eyes. I get such dry eyes and they get really sore. So am I going to tuck? Yeah, I'm going to tuck these. So these florals just under there, I think, and that up there. So you've just got these flowers coming out. Then we've got more kiss cup detail in the back here. Let's go with, so I've got loads of flowers I can use here, but I think I'd go overboard with the flowers. No problem with that, but I think I use that. I'm trying to remember what I did before. Then we've got words. All these words. Oh, look, a little magic. I like that. What, a little magic, today's mood. So the whole strip just pops out, and then you can snip between the words you want. So we'll keep a little magic, which is exactly what this. That's quite big, but I think it will still work. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm not quite ready to stick this down because I want some PET tape. So let's use a little bit. I tend to cut into this. You can use it as a full strip if you need. You missed the beginning, we'll go back and watch. Absolutely. So YouTube, Facebook, once I finish the live, you'll be able to go back and watch it. I don't think I've sweated while I was making an album. Just sat, only moving my hands and sweating like I'm running a marathon in the sun. I know, it's like that, isn't it? There we go. So peel that off. I'm going to pop this under. So see, you can't see the edges. All you can see is the print of PET tape. And I'm going to do the same with this one at the top as well. Just peeling off the backing there. Pop this, whoops, just there. I'm going to trim the edge as well. There's so much PET tape. Like I say, there's 5 meters of it. So yeah, so much. And then let's use this one. I like to use this one. Let's go cut it. Oh, actually, I'm going to keep this for a second. I'm going to keep both of these for a second, actually. I'm not ready to use it. I want to put them over the top just to show you as a finishing touch how they work really nicely. Let's take a glue. Have I got my tape runner? Yay! So my tape runner. Now I took this to TV for Arden the other day. Was it last weekend? Not the weekend we've just had, not the bank holiday, the weekend before that. And it went crazy, like you've never seen. This is a different glue pen, in fairness, so it's really fun. So it's a push in, push out, and it's 360 degrees, so this bit twizzles round. And yeah, I love it. So it's little glue dots, and they're super sticky, and I just think they're great. So I'm going to use this. There is a direction as well for the I'm going to call it the nose, like the pen. So I've just missed that. I meant to actually have that hidden under the vase, but that's fine because I can put the sentiment on it. Oh, actually, I might leave that like that. No. Oh, it's also removable as well. If you want, if you're kind of quick, you can also remove it and re-stick it. So the sentiment strip I can put over that bit that I've just missed. Oh, and these refill as well. I think I've just come to the end. I've just come to the end. I think I might have done. I think I've just used it all up. Let's pop that over there. Is there any more left? Can I squeeze a bit more? I use this a lot, all the time. I need to get some more refills. So Arden, can you send me some more refills, please? Okay, and then up in this top corner, if you've seen me craft before, card, whatever it may be, I'm just squeezing everything out of this, aren't I? You'll know that I like to echo. So I like to have one main area of decoration on my project and then echo most things up in one of the corners. That's what I'm doing here. So just curve this round the shape of the page so it looks very intentional. And then let's take these bits that I was going to use. I'm going to put these directly over the top. You can layer the PET tape as well over each other. That works. This one I'm going to put, I don't think I quite want it. Oh no, let's just go straight over those two. I've got a little bit there as well. Let's just put a bit there because I can. So it looks like stamping, which I love. And then lastly, shall I just show you some rub-ons? Oh, new goodies. Is that a glue stick or tape? So it's a tape runner, Roberta. It's a tape runner, but it's like a pen, so it clips inside itself. So you can put it away, so it's not going to catch on anything. Click it out like a pen when you're ready to use it, and then it's a tape runner, but it's 360 degrees. It's created by Arden. I don't know if it's still in stock, but have a look, have a search. If any shops are watching and they've got it in stock, obviously let us know. I went Udi 90. It's bamboo. Oh, I thought Udi was like to keep you cool. No, to keep you warm. Sorry. That's what I thought it was. I'm going to have to buy 2 lots of paper, one to keep. I know. I'm a bit like that. I'm very much like that. Rub-ons. So if you come and join me next Wednesday on the live, I'll definitely use these and do something with those. So sorry I've not had time this evening. Which ones am I going to use? These are my used ones. So with these, all you do, let's go black because you'll be able to see the black better. The white is better on darker card. Let's just use this one. There's a nice big one here. So you just cut round what you want to. And then I think what we'll do is we will have a stitch line through the middle here to make it look as if that is holding the sentiment on. And there is a wooden stick included in the pack. I usually like to use my bone folder because I always lose the wooden stick. But in case you're new to crafting, you've got the wooden stick in there. So you don't need, but anything, to be honest, they're super sticky. So there we go. Peel off the backing so they'll stick without too much pressure. And then there, yeah, that's flat, and that looks like stitching, and it's great. And you've got loads. You see, you've got so much, and you've got 4 sheets of the black and 4 sheets of the white in the pack. It's really good. It's a glue dot pen. It's refillable. Oh yeah, so refillable, really easy to use. Haven't got any, like I say, I haven't got any refilly bits at the minute. So this just unscrews, and then this pops. So the trick is, if you are getting this and a refill, and you're like, right, ready, I need to refill it. The trick is to not be scared, because you actually have to pull quite hard. So it bounces, obviously it bounces, but you need to pull it beyond that. So there's a little sort of ball and socket joint, and that's what you need to pull out or push in when you're changing it. Okay, and then you just screw the lid back on. So it's really easy to change. You haven't got to worry about lining anything up. Just pop it in, pull it out. So thank you, Nova. I'm almost finished now anyway. Evening, this is the first time on here. Your techniques are amazing. I'm not any good at crafting, however, I like what I'm seeing. Can I please ask where you sell your products, please? Of course you can. And don't ever say you're not good at crafting. Everyone is. I think crafting's so unique. There's no right or wrong way. So I don't believe anyone when they say they're no good, because as long as you enjoy it, then you're good at it. The products are available all over the world. It's only launching today. So these are brand new, probably not in many stores yet, but certainly coming out some places. So Sir Stamplot in Peterborough. I'm not sure. I don't know your name, and I don't know exactly where you are. You've commented on YouTube, but if you go on to the website Arden Creative Studio, in fact, I'm going to type that. Excuse me, bringing my old school typewriter, my old school keyboard in. So I'm just typing Arden Creative Studio. If you type in Arden Creative Studio to your web browser, go to their website and go to the stockists page. So if you're in the UK, there we go. So Stamplot are here. They've got everything in stock. If you're not in the UK, you'll be able to find where it is. So yeah, these are the new items. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I'll just give you a quick glance over for those who are late joining, and we've got the sentiment stamp, these stamps as well. I'm hoping the Magnolia will be as much a hit as it was previously. Oh, and we've got the PET tape as well there. So I'll be talking about the products a lot over the next few weeks, a long time, because I'll be working with these lots, but this is a mini collection, and it is designed to work with the Beneath the Brambles. So you'll see lots of videos of me mixing the two. And the beautiful thing about this is that because this has come out, that doesn't automatically mean Beneath the Brambles is done and gone and finished. We're going to keep promoting that as well, and places will keep getting it back in stock. So yeah, I'm very excited. I'm so glad so many of you could join me tonight. I'm really, really, really grateful. Yeah, again, loads on social media. Follow Arden Creative Studio. Follow me on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Just type in Lou Collins or Lou Collins Crafts, Lou Collins Designs, all sorts. I'm just seeing next week. So next week will be 7 p.m. again on Wednesday. So Wednesday next week on whatever channel you're watching on now. This is where I'll be again next Wednesday, and we'll do some more crafting with this collection. Might mix it in a little bit with Beneath the Brambles. We shall see. I don't usually plan it until the day. Who knows? But yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. It's been absolutely wonderful to chat to you again. I am baking. I am now going to go and cool down and have my dinner. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Let me know if you get a chance to craft with this. Post in the Facebook group. We'd love to see your inspiration as well. And thank you to any of the Arden Design team as well. If you're watching, so I know Sam's here. If any are watching and they've had a chance to have a play with it, then yeah, thank you so much. So take care, everybody. Have a fabulous rest of your evening and rest of the week. Stay cool if you're in the UK. And I'll see you again soon. So, bye-bye.